Attention, all you sex fiends, sinners, degenerates, and deviants. If you're looking for a hot new sex toy, now is your chance. Sex toys don't care about what's in between your legs, and that's the sign of a true ally. Go to either BVibe or Lawand and use code SEXEDWITHTIM at checkout for 20% off your entire purchase. That's SEXEDWITHTIM for 20% off anything you buy from their websites. Check the show notes for more details. Once again, that's Sex Ed with Tim for 20% off both BVibe and Lawand products. Your next orgasm is on me. Mwah! The Sex Ed with Tim podcast is recorded on the traditional territory of many nations, including the Mississaugas of the Credit, the Anishinaabe, the Chippewa, the Haudenosaunee, and the Wendat peoples, and is now home to many diverse First Nations, Inuit, and Métis people. We acknowledge that Toronto is covered by Treaty 13, signed with the Mississaugas of the Credit, and the Williams Treaty, signed with multiple Mississaugas and Chippewa bands.
You're listening to Sex Ed with Tim.
Hello and welcome to another episode of the Sex Ed with Tim podcast. I am your host, Tim. I'm a certified sex educator. I identify as chaotically gay. And my favorite sex toy is a boomerang because at least I know it's going to come back. Feel free to laugh if you thought that was funny. Because everything I've ever loved never comes back to me. Listen, even the guy I had sex with over the weekend hasn't texted me back. Like, really? Isn't he so rude, Caitlin?
Yeah. What the hell?
After I rocked his world for 4 nights in a row at the cottage in the middle of the water. I mean, granted, he is like in his 50s and he's probably tired. It's like a 2-3 hour drive from the cottage to the city. So whatever. But
he's
like,
rich, so he's got.
You don't have the audacity or at least the nerve to text me about how much you loved my rock hard dick inside of you. I don't even take Cialis, baby. He needs to take Cialis in order for him to top me. I mean, nothing wrong with that, but like, come on. Like, you got this hot, young 28-year-old body fucking this, like, 54-year-old body. Actually, you know what?
And he can't even
pretty
text
hot.
me back.
He can't even text me back. That's the thing with daddies.
Yeah.
They're very... They come from a different generation, which I totally understand all about, like, communication and stuff, whatever. You're not that into text and shit, but, like, come on. At least say hi or say thank you that I rocked your fucking world.
He'll text you. It's only Monday.
It's only Monday. Plus he's going away for like I don't know how long, and now I'm gonna be dickless for a little while. So I'm just gonna hire my escort and be like, you know what, I need me some lovin'. But anyways, that's not what we're talking about today. We're talking about sex toys, everybody. This is so much fun. I love sex toys. My guest today is none other than Caitlin from The Sex Talk on Instagram. Caitlin, how are you doing?
Hello, I am good. I am, for those who don't know, the creator of The Sex Talk on Instagram. And I do all the same kinds of things as Tim, except I am not as hot doing it. But you are. I'm just like, here's my face. And you're like, here is a full show. And I'm an educator in quotes. And that's kind of what I am up to on the Instagrams.
Oh my God, I love it. How long have you been in sex ed for?
A year. I have only been in it for a year.
Damn, girl. What got you into it?
What about, yes. I don't know. I kind of just had a realization that was like, I care about this. yeah, my whole life has been leading to this. I'm in college, so I was like figuring it out. And now here I am, and I guess I'm sticking with it.
You're just horny as shit, and then you want other people to like.
Yeah, that's what my mom said. She's like, so you had sex and now you want to be an educator? And I'm like, pretty much.
I love that your mom is so supportive of that, because for me, I come from like Asian Catholics, and then they're all about like, no, please save yourself from marriage. I'm like, Mom, I take it up the ass on the daily with like leather, with spikes, with a fucking rope. Trust me, I think I know what I'm getting into. It's fine. I mean, I've taken dicks bigger than Richard, my co-host over here.
Oh my God, yeah.
So this is Richard the Giant Penis, because he combines two of my favorite things, being rich and being hard.
Yes.
His nickname is Dick.
Nice.
Obviously. You know.
Okay, that's a good touch.
I'm about to get him a brother, so we can see.
Oh my God. A smaller brother, a bigger brother.
I don't know, maybe a twin brother. I don't like I have had sex with twins before, and I never knew.
You did?
Yeah. Oh my God. Okay. Quick little story. So I was in the bathhouse, and I was having sex with this guy, and he introduced himself to me as Jerome. He's a very beautiful man, beautiful skin, nice buzz cut, and it's dark in the bathhouse. So it's kind of hard to tell. Plus, I'm like high as a kite at this point. Sure. But anyways, I'm still sober enough to like, get it up and do my thing. So we go in my room, and then I fuck him like crazy. And then he told me he needs a break. So Jerome goes out and washes up and everything. Okay, fine. I leave my door open. And then I see him come back, and then he's like out of his mind. And he's like, hey, you're kind of sexy.
Oh my God.
Like, can I bottom for you? And I was like, you don't remember my name? We literally just fucked, but okay, whatever, sure. So I'm like, doing him again. I'm like, oh man, Jerome, your hole is so tight. I'm like, oh God, it's so good. I'm about to nut. And then he goes, my name's not Jerome. My name's Josh. And I was like, but earlier you told me your name was Jerome. And he's like, no, Jerome's my brother.
No. They were at number one. Okay. They were at the bathhouse together.
They didn't know. So the drama that ensued when they found out that they're in the same bathhouse together, and that was the same day that they both found out that they were gay.
That's out of a movie. You can't make that up.
Oh God. It was, you know what, the things that I get into because I'm a dumb little slut. Yeah, so I had sex with Jerome, and then I had sex with Josh, and I hope nothing but the best for both of them in their journey.
Oh my God.
Yeah. One liked it a little while because I did bring my toys with me.
Oh.
Yeah, I brought my toys with me. I like to bring a few toys every now and then to the bathhouse just to see who's in the mood, because I can go from mild to wild, like 0 to 60 in 3.5, right?
You're just like tell me what you want. I have it all.
What you really, really want. Because at the bathhouse, I did rent out the big room, which had jail cell bars and a chain sling.
Wow.
Yeah.
This sounds amazing.
And it was like a floor to ceiling mirror on the wall and on the ceiling.
Wow.
Yeah, it was fun.
You pull out all the stops.
I mean, I had a whole day.
I guess so.
I had a free day. It was my day off. I might as well. I'm like, this was like when I was, I'm 28 now. That's minus 5, 23. Right. I'm gay. I don't do math. No. I was like 23 at the time. I'm full of testosterone. I'm just like fucking my way through the entire Greater Toronto area. And I just had a day off. So I figured why not use my day off to have sex with as many people as I can, and it just
Yeah.
so happened that there were twins that got caught in the mix.
God. That's crazy.
Yeah,
I
and
hope to,
it's
in
really
my entire life, lead whatever sexual experiences you led in that one day. That's the goal. It's me and my whole life doing
trust
that.
me, my sexual experiences have led me through hell and high water. I have made some really stupid decisions. So really, my whole mantra when it comes to sex education is don't do what I did.
Yeah, there you go.
And like my sex education comes from like pleasure and harm reduction.
Yeah,
And I feel like with something like toys, that is the perfect like intersection to
totally.
talk about pleasure and harm reduction, right? So in the case of Josh and Jerome, one liked toys more than the other, which was interesting because like you're twins, shouldn't you have like twin telepathy or something? Like, shouldn't you like both? And it's like,
Same exact
whatever.
sexual preferences. Yeah.
Exactly, right? Like, you're twins. You should be, like, all in sync with yourselves. But apparently not, because I guess you're not just twins, you're individual people. Who knew? So, what exactly is a sex toy?
Ooh, what an open-ended question.
Right?
There's definitely the sex toy, the market, the companies that make sex toys, and then there are pervertibles, which I won't get into now, but essentially like anything can be a sex toy.
If you're brave enough.
Yeah, it's the concept. If you have enough random tools around your house. But there are, sex toys I feel like that we've seen in media are like the rabbit vibe in Sex in the City, and like random, we see little like bullet vibrators in like shows where like women masturbate. Like, it's pretty basic compared to the world of like actual sex toys. And then we see kink stuff as being like, look at this dungeon that I have, versus like, here's what a paddle is. Like, it's just a little bit inaccurate. Yeah, the representation. But if you're new to sex toys, that's what those are.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. So starting with what you said, rabbit, because I am one of the few gays that have never watched Sex in the City. It's a little too mayonnaise colored for me.
Same, I haven't watched.
And I get dragged by the entire gay community. It's like, you've never seen Sex in the City? I'm like, no, why? It's like, it's so iconic. Well, okay, sure, whatever. That's your point. But anyways, you said rabbit. So what exactly is the rabbit?
Yeah, a rabbit is not even really like the terminology that people are using anymore, I guess, but it's essentially like the coolest toy ever because Tim has one right there. Okay, so it has an internal portion that looks just like the one from Sex and the City, and an external portion, yes, and it vibrates. It can be like 2 motors or 1 motor that controls the whole thing, and it just, oh my god, it's so beautiful.
Let me see if I can hold up the sound on the mic. So see if it starts to make a little vibrating sound. So everybody imagine like a really hard penis, and on the base of the penis is a literal rabbit.
Yeah, a baby
like
arm.
It has a face.
Oh god.
But I'm going to try to turn it on for this. Like, just tell me if you can hear it.
Oh, uh-huh.
Oh, there it is. And that's at the full speed. Ooh.
There it goes. So it's pretty fun. And it's like popularized because like women need, this is me quoting the people, women need internal and external stimulation, but like they're pretty fun for everybody. Yeah.
So how exactly does the rabbit prioritize both internal and external stimulation?
On the example that Tim has and that many people have, the external bit that also vibrates, everything vibrates, which is like Awesome. And the external bit also like has little flappy ears, which is why it's called a rabbit. And on people who have vulvas, like getting that on your clit feels like very good. Supposedly, for a lot of people, my motto with a toy is that you can use it however the hell you want, as long as, except for the only rule, which is don't put anything that doesn't have a base in your ass, because don't end up going to the emergency room. But other than that, experiment, try it out. No, Tim, I hope you don't have a story.
I do.
No.
I wrote it on my blog. Do you want to hear it?
I didn't see this. Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna give you the abridged version, but basically there was this guy I'm sleeping with. I still am sleeping with him, and it was his birthday. I decided to do something nice because he's never topped for me before. I'm usually always the bottom. So I decided to buy this nice butt plug with like a Swarovski crystal. Like it was, and it was stainless steel and it's heavy.
Okay.
So like it had a nice pull to my butthole. And I rode it all the way. It was an hour and a half commute on the public transit, and I'm on the train and like things are happening. And it did have a flared base because I knew what I was going to get into.
Yes.
Because he is quite, well endowed. Mm-hmm. He's hung like a fucking horse with an elephant trunk. So, anyways, I get to his place. We started making out. He's really happy. I told him that I have a present that's ready to be unwrapped because, hello, I'm the present.
Yeah.
And then he pulls down my pants, and then he's like, "What am I supposed to find?" And I'm like, "Yeah." I was like, "What do you mean? What are you supposed to find? It's right there. I can feel it." He's like, "I don't see anything." And when he said, "I don't see anything," it was at that point where I realized my butthole ate the entire fucking butt plug, flared base and all. Yeah. So and this was during the holidays. This was during the holidays, so I was not ready to go to the emergency room in the fucking knee-deep Canadian winter snow.
No.
And I was not ready. It was like, we got to get this out of me. We got to get this out. So it's like, babe, it's okay. Calm down. He tries to fish out the butt plug with 2 fingers inside of me and makes a hook motion, tries to like feel around for the flared base. And after like 15 minutes of just trying to finger the fuck out of me pushing, and during the push, I even pissed all over myself in the sheets because I was truly like a pregnant lady on the delivery table. After 15 minutes, he finally got it out. And I was sweating. I was like, oh, thank God. And then he was really nice at the end of it. He was like, aw, babe, this is so pretty. This is so thoughtful. I'm still going to fuck you. And I'm like, oh, great, thank you.
After the trauma that your asshole just like you.
Oh my God.
Tim, so what do you do? Now you just can't use, was it too small? What happened?
I think my asshole is literally just the gaping hole that NASA needs to do a study on.
So you can't use plugs.
I don't know if I can use plugs, but like I'm going to need to find a flarer base.
God.
Yeah.
I've never heard of this.
Yeah, it was truly traumatizing. I don't know. I'm still kind of nervous to put in another butt plug, but
of course.
Yeah. But anyways, on the topic of butt plugs, what exactly is the purpose of a butt plug for those who don't know?
Oh, yes. A butt plug will achieve a feeling of fullness. So if you have a prostate, woohoo to butt plugs. If you don't have a prostate, woohoo! They feel very nice for a lot of people who have butts and buttholes. And they are like famously good for giving you like an added intensity for other types of stimulation. And also like Tim did on the train or the bus, you can wear it around and feel like stimulated and ready to go. Some people really like it. Some people hate them. Some people, I guess, their butts absorb them. But they are pretty fun, I would have to say.
So it's really designed to like give you this feeling of fullness, this like kind of complete, like
Yes.
Yes, like it really did give me that.
Yeah, exactly. And like for people who are in partnerships or whatever, and they want to try anal penetration with like something huge, like an actual human penis or a dildo or whatever, like it's also a good little training kit for like opening yourself up to the possibility of like being.
Open yourself up to the possibilities.
Yeah, literally.
Now, earlier you said flared base. What is that and why is that important?
Yes, this is very important. Although now this is just Tim's story is just furthering my case for experimentation. So find out what's right for you. Because a flared base is supposed to be the cure to hospital trips caused by putting stuff in your butt. Like if you imagine that a dock and you tie your boat, I don't have a boat, but if you tie a boat to a dock, it's like that little thing that you tie it to. The little
like the anchor?
Like an anchor. Well, yeah.
Kind of.
I don't know what it's called.
We'll call it an anchor. I don't know. I was fully on a boat this weekend. Why didn't I ask?
It's one of those things.
Boat. Yeah.
It's like something that will, when the butt plug is inside of you, it sits out on across your butt so that nothing can get pulled in, because the anus really likes to bring things inside of it, like pepper shakers and cucumbers and eggs and like whatever people are putting in their ass. It will suck up inside of them. I just saw a post of it about pepper shakers in somebody's ass.
Oh boy. There have been so many horror stories that I've heard. My friend is an ER nurse, and yeah, the things that she's seen in people's butts. Let's see. She's told me about how she has found a faucet.
Oh my god.
Yeah, like one of those crystal faucets in the kitchen. She's found that. She told me about how she has found a mug, a loaded gun, a Buzz Lightyear action figure with the wings protruding.
That's you.
Oh boy. I thought I had a big gaping hole. She has also seen a water bottle, and her favorite story to tell is how she found a 16-inch double-ended dildo.
Oh my god.
Yeah. So
16 and it got sucked in there.
Yeah, so it's like, so for 16 inches, that's like what, a foot and a little bit of change. But basically what happened was that they got this guy on the operating table, like on all fours, and they got a speculum. So like it opens up any orifice that you want, and then they see the end of the butt plug, or not the butt plug, the dildo, the double-ended dildo, and then they got like tongs to pull it out slowly. And just as they thought that it was reaching the end, it kept going. It kept going and going and going.
Oh my god! Wow.
Yeah. So the operating doctor. It was so funny because you can see just above his mask, like his eyes getting wider and wider. The entire operating team was there.
Oh.
And it was so embarrassing because, well, not it's embarrassing for the guy, but because he was chosen to be like the quote unquote test subject for a bunch of med students.
Oh no, so everyone's watching. That'll teach you to not ever put something in your butt that doesn't have a flared base.
But speaking of, here's the culprit I hold in my hand.
Oh my god, this is
stainless steel
that got absorbed into your body.
Yes, so it looks like a teardrop, and it's quite heavy actually. Like I'd say it's about like 5 or 10 pounds in weight. And look at how pretty that crystal is. It is nice and
pretty.
Right? It's
But
so
knowing that,
nice.
like, he peered inside and was like, ooh, pretty crystal. Like, I'll get it.
He really went Minecraft on my butthole. Like,
Literally.
chipping away. But like, see this? It does have a flared base, so I was smart.
Yes.
I really did follow the rules. It's just that my asshole, for whatever reason, decided to gobble up the entire plug with the base.
Oh my God.
I don't know how that happened, but I
You
guess
want to get a giant. The base has to be so large, like the size of a head. That should be how big your base is.
a fucking watermelon size of a flared base. Oh my God. And please, everyone listening to this, make sure you use lots of lube.
Yeah.
Use lots of lube.
We'll be right back after this commercial break.
Yes.
I want to let you in on a little bit of a secret. So, did you know I have a Patreon? For as little as $1.50 a month, you can access all of these episodes early and without these pesky fucking ads. I know they're so annoying, trust me, but girls gotta pay the bills, right? And then if you want to pay a little bit more, you get access to some bonus episodes. Plus, you can also access the exclusive Sex Ed with Tim Discord, where you get one-on-one time with me every month. We can talk about anything that you want. It can be like a sex ed kind of thing, or just a little kiki if you want some advice on sex, dating, love, whatever. I highly suggest you don't, because I don't even know if I'm taking the advice that I give out. But hey, it's all fun, and I hope you subscribe. I will see you on the other side of this ad. Mwah! Do you like feeling sexy and looking sexy? Of course you do. Only my listeners are sexy as fuck. I have partnered with fetishwear designer Dale Kuda to bring you the hottest deals on custom jock straps, harnesses, hats, and more. Head over to dalekuda.com, that's DALEKUDA.com, and use code SEXEDWITHTIM at checkout for 25% off the entire store. Yeah, you heard me. 25% off. And cherry on top, free shipping. Oh my God. I have a few of the stuff that he has made for me, and girl, I'm wearing it right now. I'm wearing like a little jock strap so that I could easily just like slip a little butt plug or dildo every now and then here and there. And I'm on the train. I'm just like, thank you, Dale. That's dalekuda.com with the code SEXEDWITHTIM for 25% off your entire purchase with free shipping. With a deal like that, I swear I could come buckets, honey.
The show is about to begin.
Yes.
Okay, let's talk about lube.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, what are the big main types of lube? What goes well with what kind of material? Do you have a preference for lube?
Yes.
Spill it, Kayla.
Okay,
Spill it.
this is a fun pop quiz for anyone listening. If you know any of these answers, congrats. I was going to say take a drink, but
if you're listening to this episode and you got an answer, go ahead and masturbate. That's your prize.
there you go. So there are three main types of lube. There's water lube, or water-based lube. It's not just water. Oil-based and silicone-based lube. Water-based, holy grail. Love the water-based because it's so versatile and you can't go wrong. And highly recommend. Shout out to Sliquid Sassy, great water-based lube. But people don't like it because it's not long-lasting, not good for anal, like all of these complaints. So then
because the skin absorbs it, right?
Exactly. Because it doesn't just sit on your skin. And then there's silicone-based, which does not absorb into the skin, but it's made of silicone. So you can't use it with your silicone toys because it'll degrade.
Which has never made sense to me.
I know, right?
Should it be like and like should complement
Right?
each other?
But I guess
never
they're
understood
not
the science.
so like. I don't know. But it doesn't. So don't do it because your toy will just friggin' melt in your hands.
Melt
It
like
won't-
the Wicked Witch of the West.
Yes.
She's like, I'm melting.
Exactly. And then the oil-based lube, which is also long-lasting, but cannot be used. Well, can't really be used with anything. Let's be honest. I don't love an oil-based, but it can't be used with latex. So no condoms for this oil-based lube. And both silicone and oil-based are like, yes, long-lasting, but I have a problem with them because they can leave stains everywhere. If you in the middle of sex are like, I want to use a toy now, too bad, because you use silicone lube. I don't. So my personal fave is water-based. I will always recommend it, but there are some really cool like Foria oil-based CBD lube, and it's like,
Oh my God, yes.
You tried it?
I have tried Foria lube, the CBD lube. It is so tingly.
Oh my
I
God.
love it. I love it when, it's
I have
beautiful.
to try it.
Oh, it's beautiful. You really do.
Okay, so there's some pros of
yeah.
oil-based, everybody. It's just just water-based, safest bet for anything.
Right. And then there's also like hybrids, aren't there?
Yeah, there's totally hybrids. So they're like can be water and silicone hybrids, or like that claim, oh, it won't degrade your toys, so like you can use it and it'll last longer. But I don't know. Tim just did a little like head shake. I don't know if that's true. I'm not gonna test it out.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, okay, for me personally, my preference is silicone, mostly because it does last a while, and I love not having to reapply because I'm a lazy little princess. And also because I do enjoy myself some shower sex.
Oh, totally.
Over the weekend when I was hooking up with Daddy, we had sex in the shower and we also had sex in the hot tub. So using silicone did not have to, like using silicone, we didn't have to keep applying more and more, and we really like saved up on the lube. Whereas like if it was water-based, that shit would run off so easily because of the water.
Exactly.
Right? And also, we're surrounded by water. If I need more water-based, I'm kidding. Don't use water. Ew. Ew. Oh my God. Have I told you about this one guy who thought spit would be enough for lube?
Are you?
Yeah?
Oh no.
Are you kidding me? That's how I ended up with anal fissures.
No.
It felt like I was shitting razors for an entire month.
Because everybody listening, don't do this. The anus does not self-lubricate. So he was like, I'll just spit on it once and then we'll be good.
One more time for the people in the back. The anus does not self-lubricate.
Yes. Yes. What? Oh. Yeah. And you were like, okay, yeah, queen.
Yeah, okay. Yes, queen, go to it.
Oh God.
Yeah, so sent him my medical bill and he's like, I'm not paying for this. I'm like, fuck you.
You gave me insurance.
You gave me insurance, god damn it. But it's fine. Like all I had to do was put on the poly and then I'm good to go.
Yeah. And just try not to eat anything too solid. That would take too much work.
Yeah, I truly was packing down the Metamucil. I was fucking, yeah.
Wow.
Not having sex for an entire month. I mean, I can have non-penetrative sex, yeah, whatever. But like, come on, I really like it when I'm getting raw dog to death by a nice big old cock. God,
That's terrible.
It was an experience.
So now are you the one who carries lube with you?
Literally, I always carry sachets, packets of lube with me. Uber Lube. I always carry Uber Lube.
You're a fan of Uber Lube.
I am a big fan of Uber Lube. I'm also a big fan of Pure, PJUR, as well as Sliquid and Fuck Water. Those are my favorites. Nice. More on the advanced side of things is gun oil, which is really like a very it's very slippery. It is silicone based, I believe. Or no, it's oil based. What am I saying? Gun oil. Hello.
Like it's called oil and it's silicone.
Oil for a reason, and I said silicone. I said I'm a sex educator. I never said I was a good one.
Yeah,
But,
same.
No, it's gun oil. It's very oily. Duh. It's really good for anyone who wants to go into the dark depths of the butt. So fisting. It's
Okay.
very ideal for that.
I'm learning.
I was introduced to gun oil when I had a threesome with a couple husbands, and I was not expecting a threesome. I was expecting to have just afternoon tea, be friends. And then they led me to the bedroom, which they've already laid down the waterproof sheets, and I was like, "Oh, okay, here we go."
Sure.
Yeah. So that's smart. So people, if you're going to be using any sort of oil or silicone, make sure that you've got sheets that can take a beating. That shit does not come out well.
No, it does not.
Yeah. So relating this back to the story of me hooking up the daddy over the weekend at the cottage, we used coconut oil. Beautiful aroma. I love like putting coconut oil on his ass while I eat him out. The only thing is that we had to be very careful about where we had sex, because if we ever got tempted to have sex on his couch or his bed, which he shares with his husband, oh boy, there's going to be drama. It is CSI.
Yes.
We're gonna UV light it. Yeah. So we could not leave a trace at the scene.
Totally.
So, yeah.
Yeah. Don't use oil on absorbent things. And coconut oil is super cool, but don't use it in your vagine because you will get a yeast infection.
Ooh.
1,000,000%. Well, not 1,000,000. That's totally false, but often.
Yeah, I find that with anything sugary, that's gonna fuck you up. So that said, what are your thoughts on flavored lube?
Listen, I don't know. Well,
Hot take.
I don't know about flavored lube. I think it's cool, especially for people who like can't stand the taste of somebody else's genitalia. But also, like, if you don't want the taste, don't
I call them
do
weak.
it. Don't do it if
Weak.
you don't want to taste it. Because the lube, in my experience and opinion, the flavored lube will just make it. It's like if you were to go into a doggy daycare and spray Febreze everywhere. Like, it just smells worse. Or like a scented trash bag, very anti-scented trash bag. It's like, oh, it's penis and wild flowers. Like, no. I don't know. Do you like it?
A penis and wildflowers?
It's not good. Just
No,
leave
it's
them
not.
alone.
Yeah, like everybody needs to grow up and eat at a butthole at least once in their life to know what it's like. I am stronger than the troops overseas. Please, I have faced the darkness. No offense to anyone that's out there. Thank you for your service, but
Thank you for your service. But
let's be real. But
I'm stronger than you. Yeah.
I have fully had an open mouth on a butthole.
Yeah.
So I've done the work, people. I've done the work. And for me personally, I learned to like it. I really don't need any sort of extra flavoring on it. I like to keep flavored lube as a snack. I'll put it in my I'll put it in my facial hair after, just to like have a little bit of flavor, and then on my way home, like,
it's so strange.
It's so gross.
I'm not here to judge anybody, but I have opinions. Yeah, if you don't like the taste of a butthole, you don't have to eat it. You don't even have to. It's not like it's bringing you so much pleasure, because the whole time you're like, I don't like this. I don't like this. Whatever. If you want to eat flavored lube, do it. But I'm personally not a fan.
Mostly because it does leave a sticky residue when it dries up.
Yeah.
It's
like
also
very gross.
Yeah, and also I feel like that's just a calling card for UTIs and yeast infections, and I would not wish a UTI on anyone. That shit is painful as fuck. And you got to wait for the antibiotics to kick in, which is going to take another long while. And yeah, it's fucking... I don't have words. I just have sounds for it.
Yeah. It's just gross.
On the topic of taste, do you know that there's this company, their name is TasteVitaInc.com, or just Taste. The name is Taste. And it's all natural. It's made with strawberries, pineapple, cinnamon, mango, peppermint, and banana. And their goal is to like alter the natural flavors of your genitalia during sex. Not like the physical things, but like, basically it makes your cum taste better.
It's a one. Oh, this is something you ingest.
Yes, it's like pills, like a tablet. It's a vitamin. It's really a vitamin,
okay.
Right? And there's nothing wrong with the vitamin. You take it, and then it naturally just works with your body to change the flavor of your juices. And I've tried it.
This? You do. Okay.
I've tried it. It's pretty good.
No.
I would eat my own cum if I could.
You just eat it by the spoonful.
Just by the spoonful, right? Just have a pudding cup full of my own tasty cum.
Oh my god. What? No, I don't. Okay, I'm not anti this. But I also...
You're skeptical and that's totally fine.
Yes, yeah. I also want to say to people, you don't have to take these vitamins to taste good. You probably taste really good. But for people who do want to, but it just reminds me of like men in like, or boys in elementary school who were like, is it really true that if you eat pineapples or if you drink Mountain Dew, then XYZ will happen to your cum? I was like, just don't worry about that. You have bigger problems than what your cum tastes like.
That's so true. Stay away from the cigarettes, stay away from a shit ton of red meat, because if you're really worried about your cum, that's going to make it worse. But naturally, just cum is fine on its own. Like, my opinion, I can swallow and guzzle down cum like a waterfall. And that's just that's a talent I picked up over the years. That's just me. That's a talent I picked up over the years. But like, if you're really that worried about how you taste, there are so many more important things to worry about than the taste of your own jizz.
Drink water. Don't do weird stuff.
Hydrate.
Yeah. But I'm glad that the thing worked for you, though, because that might be like good for people who are like, I don't like the taste of cum, but like I really want to just swallow all day. Like,
exactly. Like my it was my escort's birthday one day and he wasn't able to celebrate, so instead of giving him birthday cake, I took a couple pills and jizzed on his face, and that was a nice little treat.
Was the cake.
That was the cake. Yeah. Right? That's thoughtful, no?
Yeah, it's endearing. Part of it it's endearing. As long as he didn't expect any actual presents or food. You were like, here's your gift.
Yeah, right. He didn't even expect payment because he was really just happy to, hang out with me.
That's
I'm like,
cute.
oh, that's sweet. I know. So, on to other toys that are not genital focused, because those are some basics like butt plugs, vibrator, dildo. I was about to go into sounding rods, but like, that might be a little too advanced.
A little
advanced. Do you personally have anything in your stash of sex toys that are not genitally focused?
Ooh. Yeah. Ooh, if I know what you're talking about, then yes.
Like, say, nipple clamps, or what else is there? A mask.
A mask. I have plenty of masks.
Right. Yeah, I mean, not like COVID masks, but like, Zentai masks, or those leather submissive type of shit.
Yes, I have two things.
Let's
I
see
have
it.
more than two, but we're not gonna. This is the first one.
What is that?
It is the Spike from Unbound. But it's like lots of companies make it. It's essentially like a pinwheel, but instead of the fun plastic pinwheel, it's like
So
a circle
this
of
reminds me, I'm going to try my best to describe it, but it reminds me of what you see on the heels of cowboy boots, the spurs.
Yes, exactly. Okay, that's really
Okay.
good.
Right, like a
Um,
pizza cutter with jagged edges.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly. So this is like a sensation kind of toy. It's definitely like a lot of the toys that I think about when you say non-genital are like kink toys because there are so many and they're all for like random shit. Um, oh, but it's super fun and it's like tittillating, very much so.
I love that
And
word, titillating.
titillating. And the other toy, and this is why the definition of toy is very loose. I have a candle made for wax play. So another
Ooh.
like sensation kind of toy. You could do this with any candle, but wax play candles specifically are good. You light it up and then you just like drip it all over somebody, yourself, whoever's body. It's like I know exactly. It's the temperature play that you
Fanning
get
myself.
from like
Ugh.
from ice cubes. Like it just is amazing. And then you get into like knife play to remove the wax, which is when you take a knife to somebody's body. Like it's just kink is very highly sensory and not necessarily always about like genitalia or normative sex at all. So that's the first thing that comes to mind when I think of like non-genital toys. Do you have any that are exciting?
Ooh, that's a good one. I have a shit ton of let's see, nipple clamps. I do love nipple clamps. And if I forget my nipple clamps, I'll just go to like the nearest hardware store and buy clothespins.
Nice.
Yes. So for me, nipple clamps are great because the initial shock of the clamps going on the nipples is it sends a radiating sensation of like, waves of like it's a pleasurable wave, but like it's from the pain of it. And it sends like like a wave throughout my body, and I'm like, like I feel like Homer Simpson's and like,
Totally.
and then what's fun is that when you leave it on for a really long time and then you take it off is the fun part. Ooh, you take off the nipple clamps and it just goes because all the blood starts to rush back to that area and making your nipples extremely sensitive to any sort of touch whatsoever. And then that's when you can really play around with more sensation.
Yeah.
So,
that's your
super
fave
fun.
for you wearing.
Yes. And, if I'm feeling a little more kinky, I'll use the clothespins for some cock and ball torture.
Nice.
To like put it on like the wrinkly sacks of little pathetic shit that you are. No. I'm versatile.
Yeah.
So you brought up wax. Now, what makes that wax specifically designed for wax play rather than your normal run-of-the-mill candle wax?
Yeah, like a Bath and Body Works moment.
Yeah.
The thing that's different in all different kinds of wax is like melting points. So wax play wax has a completely different, I can't remember if it's higher or lower, but it has a completely different melting point than like a Yankee candle or something. So they're all like useful for wax play, but it depends on how hot. Like it can be dangerous sometimes using a run-of-the-mill wax because it can get too hot and then you drip on your body and you burn yourself. So wax play wax, this one's from Lusty Lees, I believe. Go check them out on Etsy. They like harden easier. Like, you know how sometimes you stick your finger as a kid, maybe you still do this, stick your finger in a candle and you're like, ooh, fun. And then it's like not cold enough in the house or something. And it's like a pain to get off because it's not just like popping off. That's
Right.
a problem. With wax play wax, it hardens like down. So it's not just like
Quickly.
Yeah, it's not just like, oh, there's a layer of like kind of warm wax on your body that now you have to like shower off. Yeah.
Right. Ooh, okay. So it's because of the melting point that like makes it easy to like clean or take off, and it doesn't burn the skin.
Yeah, it shouldn't, as long as you're not using too much. But like, I took a workshop on wax play, and there was like a live demo, and I was like, ooh, it's sensual on the partner of the person who's leading the workshop. It was all about like, how high do you hold it up? How low do you hold it up? How fast does it drip from the wax? Are you going like one body part at a time? It's kind of like pins and needles, some like the spike thing that I have. It's like, you don't want to do one pin because then you'll hurt yourself. If you do like 20,000, I don't know. It was really
20,000 pins. Oh. Oh boy, that scene! I don't know if you ever watched Saw 3, where it was like a needle pit. Well, one of the traps was like a needle pit.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh my god, a lot of people found that gross. I was like,
you're like, I just discovered a new kink.
Honestly, I've been discovering new kinks every single day. Yeah. I don't mean to brag, but like I've kind of mean to brag. I've had sex with over 1,000 men, and I'm still finding different things about myself with kinks, with toys, and I'm just like, my sexuality is changing, and I love how toys can help me with that.
So toys are so good for like, especially if you haven't had sex with 1,000 men, which is like, you can try stuff on yourself that would otherwise be like partner activities. Like, you don't have someone to be inside of you. Get a toy. It'll be inside of you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would love, because toys, they stay around. They're not going to talk back to you, right? They never disappoint you unless your fucking friend decides to borrow your battery-powered vibrator and has the audacity to not charge it when they give it back. Excuse me? Rude. So
I've had a personal experience. Sounded very personal.
Speaking for a friend. No, I was just really mad that he gave me back my vibrator and didn't even bother to put in rechargeable batteries. Like, hello, I wanted to impress my hookup, and then it fucking died on me. So now I stick to my Hitachi Magic Wand that's plugged into the wall. So
nice.
Yeah, it gets the job done. But do you think that like there's this stigma when it comes to using toys in the bedroom? Like, we're not enough or we're broken?
Yes, for sure. There's often like men in heterosexual relationships will be like, what, is my penis not enough to satisfy you? And it's like, yeah, it's not. And that's number one.
Straight. Yeah, it's really not.
And it's not a competition. Like, I found out my partner had something that would make them feel even better. And my whole goal is to make them feel good, and for me, myself, to feel good, then I would happily welcome something that will make them feel better into the bedroom. I think there's like a lot of fear of being emasculized or like, whatever, XYZ.
Broken,
bringing in something foreign, but, it could really enhance you don't even know until you try. It can enhance your whole experience.
Mm-hmm. Because it's not a competition, but rather like a tag team match.
Yeah.
It's teamwork makes the dream work.
Exactly.
Makes the cream work.
Ooh.
There you go.
Yeah. Teamwork will get it done.
Exactly. And I equate using sex toys in the bedroom as someone who wears glasses. You're not broken, and you kind of just need a little bit of help every now and then. It doesn't make you less of a person or less of a human being, or just because you have trouble orgasming does not mean you're fucked up. It just means that you need a little push.
Oh, that's a great analogy. I'm wearing glasses right now. That's a great analogy.
Right? Some people need glasses to see and read. Some people need vibrators and butt plugs and all kinds of shit to get off. That's a valid point. I mean, anyone listening to this, please feel free to like drag me in the comments. Not like I'm ever going to read it because I really don't care. But
do it if you want to.
Do it if you want to and have a good fucking day.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I feel like it shouldn't be that big of a deal when it comes to buying toys and using toys in the bedroom because they're just a great addition to your sexual arsenal. But like with any arsenal, I feel like there needs to be talks of harm reduction because shit can go down south quite fast.
Yeah.
Earlier we were talking about the use of a flared base, always have a flared base, and never mixing silicone lube with silicone toys. Never use that with your sheets because it's horrible to, clean.
Mhm.
Are there other chemicals in toys and in lubes or what have you that we should be watching out for that it should not be in our body? Because I do see some warning labels that are like phthalate free.
Yes.
Like, what is that?
Yes, the market of sex toys is it is unregulated. So there are lots of people all over the world who say, I could make a sex toy for pretty cheap and charge a lot of money. And those toys the bad ones are made of jelly and just weird shit, rubber, like stuff that should not be in your body. This is why, like, sex educators and people who care about sex toys like us will say focus on, like buying from stores where they only sell things that are good for your body. So like stores like Adam and Eve, some stuff is fine. They sell the magic wand, they sell cool vibrators, but some stuff is definitely not. And it's hard for people who aren't, like, this isn't their whole life to know the difference. So there are stores like NB and Shebop and Spectrum, like all these smaller kind of businesses that only carry things that are safe to put inside of you. And in lube, there's things like glycerin, which maybe for Tim is like all good because Tim's not going into any vagines. But
I mean, I've gone into a couple of vagines. There's men with vagines out there
true.
That have been wanting this big old elephant cock. Sorry to interrupt you, but keep going. Yes.
No, that's a good point. But for people with vaginas, glycerin is another one of those sugary things, like the flavored lube, and it's in a lot of lube. And there are phthalates, and random shit that's in lube and in toys. That's just not at all. No one's saying, no, you can't do that. Everyone's just like, how can I make money off of this? So always shop at places that are like, don't worry, we got you covered. We already looked into all of it. Put anything you want in this store inside of you, pretty much.
Yeah, because don't buy your shit from things like Amazon.
Yeah.
Those ones don't really specialize in sex toys. Like this one guy I was hooking up with, instead of like lube, well, I don't know if it was like sex lube, but it was literally like lube he uses at the hospital. So I'm like, hey, if it's good enough for the hospital, it's good enough for sex, right?
You're like, totally same thing.
Right? It came out of like a toothpaste style of tube rather than a bottle. So, yeah, because he's a nurse, right? So he took some medical supplies and he started like playing around with that.
That's so funny.
Right? I mean, if it's good enough for Mr. Smith on the operating table, it's good enough for my hole.
Yeah.
Why not? What about cleaning? Because as fun as things are, as fun as these toys are to have, it's a little bit of a bitch to clean. Let's be honest.
It can be.
What are your some general cleaning tips for keeping up with your sex toys?
Yeah, so you always want to wash things in warm water with like a Dr. Bronner's or a toy cleaner, something that isn't like crazy scented soap that just feel gross inside of you. But I have a hack. My hack is this. Since I'm in dorms at school.
Ooh, everybody write it down.
Everybody write it down. Take your damn toys in the shower with you to wash them because, number one, if you need to be discreet, if you're living at home, whatever, sharing a communal bathroom, you can just carry those little things in there, wash them with Dr. Bronner's Dove, any like very mild soap, and then dry them off in your towel. But that's pretty much what they need, unless they aren't waterproof. Then you just have to wash them in the sink. Or if they're like dildo, anything that doesn't vibrate, like stainless steel, glass, silicone dildos, pop them in a pot of water and make some toy soup and boil them.
Toy soup.
That's for those who might have a dedicated pot. I'm not a boiling fan myself.
It's my sex toy pot.
Yeah, exactly.
We'll go to Williams-Sonoma for that.
Yeah, spend the good money on it.
Yeah. Are there any toys that we can put in the dishwasher?
I don't know if you watch Broad City, Tim.
I do.
Okay.
I love Alana. I love Abby. Such beautiful
so
people.
if you haven't seen it, people, there's an episode where Abby decides that she's going to wash this toy for this person she's like been waiting to hook up with. And it's like his toy that was like contoured specifically to his body or whatever. And she puts it in the damn dishwasher and turns it on and it melts. So no, don't put your toy in the dishwasher. Well, there are some that you can put, but the general rule of thumb is don't try it. You're not saving that much time. You're just going to end up melting dildos.
Oh my God. To those wondering, it's called Knockoffs is the title of the episode. And Abby's neighbor, Jeremy, is into pegging. And she like totally fucks up the pegging toy. Decides to put it in the
also,
dishwasher.
When I saw that episode, I went, why isn't that a real thing? Getting toys contoured to your anus that are like perfect.
I mean,
is it real?
Like, we have toys for like molding our dick.
That's true.
Right? And I'm pretty sure that there is a company that is a chocolate company that makes molds of your butthole. I'm pretty sure.
Company?
Yeah, so there's a chocolate company that I'm pretty sure like what they do is they literally make a mold of your butthole. I think it's called edibleanus.com.
Oh my God.
It is edibleanus.com.
That's
yeah.
perfect.
So yeah, they mold your butthole and make chocolates out of it. So
wow.
Yeah.
We're getting there, people. We're getting there.
The sex toy revolution, the anal butt play revolution. It's all
exactly
thanks to sex toys. Oh my God, I love it. But wow, we have covered so much in this chaotic conversation. We have. I love it. And I hope that anyone listening to this has picked up enough information to go out and buy yourself a sex toy and just enjoy yourself. Like if you're still like curious, rewind all the way up to the minute and then listen to us again, because holy fucking shit, sex toys are amazing. And they're your best friends. They're not going to judge you for how you use them. Mm-hmm. I've used toys that were meant for quote unquote, meant for women, but like I still fucking put it inside of me anyway. Yeah. Because I use my butthole as a second purse.
You just carry things around in it.
Yeah, I tend to shoplift like an entire wedding cake up in there too. Oh God, no, but all jokes aside, Caitlin, you've been such a wonderful guest. I am so obsessed with you. I cannot get enough of you. The listeners can't get enough of you. So please make like a butt and plug away anything you want the audience to find.
Oh my gosh. Go follow me on Instagram. It's at The Sex Talk with the 3 for the E in sex, because we love censorship. And all my links are there. I've got an Etsy store. I've got coupon codes for all different host of awesome sex shops and companies. So come check it out, and I will be happy to welcome you. Just let me know you came from Tim's podcast, and I'll be like, Don't even worry about it. I got you. Tim is awesome, and his followers are awesome. And I'm one of
Thank
them, so
you.
I'm awesome too.
Oh, yay. Thank you. That was a lot. Thank you so much. Oh, my God. I'm crying. Oh, my God. That's awesome. So, Caitlin, thank you so much for being a guest on the show. To all the listeners that have made it this far into this episode, thank you for all of your support. Please don't forget to rate, review, subscribe, and do whatever it is that you need to do on Apple, Spotify, Amazon, wherever you get your podcast. And just give us some love because I love doing this. Caitlin loves doing this. It's all for free. We want to give
You're
you
welcome.
the best sex of your life. You're welcome. My pleasure. But anyways, thank you everyone for listening. And with that, I bid you all adieu, and I will see you at the next one. Bye.
Bye.
Thanks for listening to the Sex Ed with Tim podcast. Sex Ed with Tim is created and produced by me, Tim Lagman. Music is Aces High by Kevin MacLeod. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram at GaySlutClown and at Sex Ed with Tim. You can also like and follow me on the Sex Ed with Tim Facebook page. If you enjoyed the show, please rate, review, and subscribe on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts. Even better, you can also support the show on Patreon, where you can get early access to ad-free episodes and more. Thanks for all your support, you dirty little slut. Mwah.